Sag, this is your All Things Abundance reading, January 2021, and or when you tune into this frequency. This is 4 Wands. This is an 1111 Make-A-Wish card. This is dreaming your highest, best possible dream in reality. Okay, so I want you to start tuning into your frequency. What's the one thing that you want? What's the one thing that you need? What's the one thing that you love? What's your highest of highs? What's your spirituality? We're going to dream right now. We're going to dream machine it up. How do you want to feel? How do you want to think? How do you want to act? What do you want, money-wise, abundance-wise? All of that stuff is potential. All of that stuff is real. All of that stuff you magnetize and manifest. It's just a frequency. It's just a radio dial. You are the planet of Jupiter, abundance. So you effortlessly manifest that. You're lucky. It's your God-given birthright and ability to do so. Set your heights for the highest of highs. Shoot that arrow, because your sign is the Minotaur. So you shoot that arrow. I believe that's what it's called, and it sets your highest goals and potentials, and then you go and retrieve that arrow. This is also the card of marriage. This is a card of public celebration. This is the Aries card as well. I believe it's Aries and Venus, so it's a lot of money, love, luck, all that beautiful stuff that you could kind of materialize in this earthly incarnation. Sagittarius. That, to me, that's a Make-A-Wish card. That's the dreaming of it. That's the being excited. That kind of youthful exuberance, like you were a kid again, like you were a teen again. Like, this is having life pull you in this playful manner for fun and kind of getting fucked, pardon my French, but that's really what it is. It's realizing that the world is your oyster and the world is a safe and happy and loving place, because internally you're bringing that safe, happy, and loving energy. You are a safe haven internally, first and foremost, and thus, you bring that to the outer world. That's your outer relationship. The inner workings or the outer reflectory externalization. So it's all that in a bag of chips, Sagittarius. That's what it is. I know it sounds crazy, but quantumly, when you're kind of tapped in and tuned into what you want to magnetize and kind of infinite energy and infinite gumption to be able to go outside your comfort zone, and all that stuff is effortless. You just tell yourself that, and you dream it, and you constantly dream. That's what you do at night. You're coming out of petty conflict. You're no longer putting your resources and your energy into a garbage field, into a what's it called, the lands where they fill garbage with. You're no longer doing that. You're no longer throwing away your resources and your energy and your happiness, and you're no longer doing that. Okay, this is high-attuned spirituality. This is the highest of highs. Some people kind of, interpret it as a priest or, a pope or marriage, but really what we're kind of really truly tuning into is like, abundance and wealth. Really, truly, the church has always been associated with that. And, it's no wonder that I see the sun card at the bottom, by the way. Beautiful energy. It's this kind of tuning into that frequency of the highest and the kind of the highest of highs and not necessarily holiness, but if it is matrimony, it could be that's the marriage card. So you got 2 marriage cards coming up. But if you're dreaming marriage and relationship, then yeah, that's very well possible, Sagittarius. That might be your fun in the sun. That might be your sandy beach. This is the infant child vulnerable self. You could be expecting, you could be pregnant, you could have just gotten someone pregnant. If you're dreaming up marriage and a family, that's what's up. The Pope or the Taurus card, the High Priest, it's something spiritual. I kind of have a negative connotation. I bring my own baggage to it, or at least I used to, but really truly you could kind of just understand that as the divine masculine version of the high priest, kind of giving structure to spirit and a structured kind of formal way of going about something. Like, for instance, when you fall in love, to use a metaphor of marriage, it's all these wonderful feelings, but then to put a structure or bond around it, you kind of tap into a third party. People understand that as the eyes of God or the eyes of spirit, public witness, the highest of highest. Like you could even call it a standard, right? Something structured to kind of shoot for. Again, to go to what we said earlier, you're the Minotaur, so you shoot your bow and arrow to your highest possible goal and potential, and then you go and retrieve it in a structured way, a formatted way. It's not just all willy-nilly, right? So the 1111 is like the dreaming potentiality, and then when you marry that with the high priest, which is how you structuredly go about it, then that's productivity. Then that's making ground and making way and making progress on actually manifesting what it is that you're dreaming. This is my maps and navigation, my which is which, tuning into your internal compass. It could be actual travel, which I know you enjoy as a Sagittarius. Kind of looking for a direction to go. Again, the answer is going to be your passions, your internal compass navigation, but a passion isn't enough. You need that emotional bond to keep yourself coming back for more. You need the swords, the thought, logic, reason to intellectualize, to logicize, see things with logical, vision, I guess. But logicize is the word that I wanted to say, excuse me. And then you need the earth grounding element to make it a manifestation, to make it consistent, pull it down in your 3D realm and reality, pull it down from the 5D. So just make sure that you're not going on a wild goose chase with that maps and navigation card, that page of wands. There's that youthful exuberance, which is what you need again. But again, it's just taking those baby steps in the right direction. It's like getting your driver's license, right? Like back in the day, you have the kind of the impetus to spark, okay, I want to set out to do this. What do I got to do here? What do I got to do there? And it's going through the structured steps, with this kind of like, what's the word? Maintaining that exuberance, maintaining that excitement, that innocence as you go through it. A lot of times if you're going to the DMV or something, for example, you want to get like harped down by all this bullshit energy, but you got to understand that this is bullshit energy. You swipe that, you eat that, you turn that into whatever it is that you want and need to feel, okay? Freudian slip, fill, but landfill. But to fill that void, to fill that backdrop, that canvas in your artistic expression and as a creator, as a co-creator to your life and reality. So you're really truly taking that structure of like, okay, I see this, but I'm going to kind of formalize the way I see things. Okay, I was talking to that in the Scorpio reading as well. It's not just approaching things and seeing things like, oh, this is the boring thing, this is the thing. It's like, no, I'm challenging myself to really genuinely be tapped into this awesomeness, excitement, and this exuberance of life. That's what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Willy-nilly. It's not just willy-nilly. Okay, you got the Queen of Cups in the upright. This is emotional leadership, emotional strength, emotional bond, warmth, kindness, harmony. Those are the healthy aspects of the Queen of Cups. That's what you're going to want to use and utilize. Compassion as well, okay? But not for the sake of, you're just dumping your energy in a landfill. You're not just dumping it in anything and nothing. You're really, truly picking out and sorting and reflecting the worthiness of that which you put your energy and resources into. I say reflect because a lot of the times, if you're in a cohabitation experience, that person starts to reflect you. So what you have to do is you have to start to invest in yourself first and foremost and see that you're not a landfill. You're not a dumping ground. You're this thing that grows and that is productive and that produces and that changes and manifests and creates abundance, okay? So see how others are investing in you, and then I challenge you to hit the ground running in that field, in that area, and produce and produce abundance in that field and area, okay? And likewise, do that same thing with those that you invest in. Okay, just make sure that there's that equal give and take, that equal reciprocity of giving value first to yourself and others, and make sure others are doing that for you that you associate with. And there you go. You got abundance, right? Okay, Spirit, Love, and Light. That's what this reading is. After all things abundance. Again, it could be health, wealth, material possession, just your outlook, your approach. To me, that's what I preach. That's what I preach is it's the frequency, it's the outlook, it's the approach, it's the soil from which the seed, the impetus, grows, and it's a frequency, it's a resonancy. It's all of that. And it's all in your favor for your highest of highs. Okay, so now you got your own. So now what you're doing is you're taking something that you thought was a formula, a structured way of doing things, the way of doing things. And now you're saying, nah, I'm doing it my way. Okay? You're making it your own. And that's what makes it best, because there's only one you. There's only one signatured, heart frequency signature. There's only one fingerprint. That's you. So you're bringing your own special patois to it. If that's the right word. Your essence. You're bringing that. Your own particular spice that no one else in the world has. You're bringing that to your reality, and you're tapped in and tuned into that. And that's the thing that you're using to make it your own. Okay, I keep on doing this because essentially, if you're that, if you're the individual, if you're this, I'm thinking like Da Vinci's Man, where he's kind of like standing in the cube in the sphere. Well, that's your heart resonance, heart mind coherence frequency field. Okay, that's what you're generating. That's what you're using to interact in your being, in your essence, in that zest, in this quantum field of energy. So really, truly, that start there, knowing that that is the most rarest of rares, the highest of highs, this unique essence, coming from that and just creating this awesome, beautiful feedback loop. That's real joy, that's real abundance, that's real health, that's real, society tries to lie to you and structuralize you and kind of like institutionalize you, and thus it makes you the same as everyone and everything else. But you got to understand that no, really, truly, there's no one like you, and there's not ever going to be anyone or anything like you. So if there's this one rare thing, if there's nothing else to it, what value do you put on it? The highest of highs, infinite. You put it like an infinite spin on that. So you tap into that, and then that's really, truly, that's where you're coming from, essentially. And that's how you manifest your abundance and your greatness and all that stuff. So you heard it here first, Sag. I need not say more. You're unique. There's no one like you. I don't care what institution, what group of people devalue you. It's only because they themselves have been devalued. And when you really tap into that, you can tap into that essence of others and realize that everyone's true worth and essence is not defined by a characterization or a label or anything like that. We're so much more, so much richer, greater, and grander than we've ever been led to believe. And we just, have to tap into that, okay? And realize that we already are tapped into it, okay? A lot of the times your work is to realize, oh yeah, I'm already being me, and that's enough, And then you go there forth, confident, knowing that there's no one like you. No one can bring to the table what you bring, and that's that. So, holler at your boy for a one-on-one reading. We'll love to work with you more on this. And, check back in and let's see what you've created from that understanding, Sag. Holler at your boy. Leave a comment if this resonated. Peace.